What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Thursday, baby Friday. I can't wait to get this show started. I got some things I want to share with y'all. I want to go to my groups and share it. Let me get into my share mode right now. Let me make sure I'm on silent so nobody won't be interrupting me. Hold up. Let me see where my stuff at. Hold on. Okay, there they are. Right there. Okay. I got a couple of groups that I'm a part of. Where else I want to go? I want to go over to YouTube and see what y'all doing over there. Let me see what y'all doing and see if y'all got acclimated over there. Yes, we're over there. Let me go over there, and so I can share from over there. Daryl Anderson is the most amazing man in the whole wide world. I know if he is in the building. Daryl, I'm just trying to do some stuff right here. Do some little sharing duties. So they not powerful enough to be on YouTube, on Facebook today, but we're gonna YouTube it all the way today. I can't wait. Let's see. Well, what I'm trying to do. Oh yeah. I want to go this way. I want to share. Yeah, share. So I let them know that we're over here. Then I'm gonna go to Robert Hatter's personal one and let them know that we're over here on YouTube. I mean, hey, it is what it is. And share the show because it's going to get exciting. It's going it's going it's going to be epic. I can't wait to get it started. I can't wait for your questions. Daryl, we had a guy on talking about a school yesterday, 180 degrees. What did y'all think? I know y'all got a little nervous and didn't want to do it, didn't want to be on the show yesterday. I saw you. Y'all didn't want to be on the show. I mean, y'all didn't want to ask the man no question. Henry Sims was so gracious to be able to come on the show and try to just tell us a couple things about what's going on uh, with the school. And, and I tell people all the time, man, um, you never know if you don't try it. You never know. Happy birthday, Fef. That my main man. My main man is in the building. Um, I'm just sitting here, E. I'm just sharing the show around and making sure, people know that we're here. And we're here on YouTube. Like YouTube a lot better than Facebook, but I know people like to be on Facebook. A lot of us are getting it. Let's share the show. A thumbs up. We got 5 people on right now, but I ain't got but 2 thumbs up. Who are those other 3 people? Those are the people that be trying to be behind the scenes. Don't do that. Ain't nobody gonna get you for watching Chop Shop. Your friends ain't gonna see if you quit going talking so negative about us. Then you won't have to. Your friends won't have to know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, okay, that. Hey, hold on. I got my 2 partners in here. I'm good. I'm good. I got one from the Windy City, one in Houston. Hey, I got to get to the Windy City. Status Moody is giving everybody the VIP treatment up in Chicago, and I haven't, I know, see, I got to tell my friends when I go up there, Carl and all of them, I'm hanging with Dad Moody, man. I'm going to hang with y'all too, but I'm hanging with Dad Moody too, okay? I'm hanging with Dad Moody when I go up there. He's taking care of y'all. When you go to Chicago, Kevin Freidman, everybody, when you go to Chicago, the man stop what he doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talk about that a little in now we need somebody in Miami. Now we need somebody in Memphis. We need somebody. Well, Ray Moore in Memphis. Need somebody in Miami. We got somebody. We need somebody. Boy, my daughter take care of you if you go to L.A. You go to L.A. You can go by the food truck and everything. Let's see where else we need some people at. We need where else we at? We need somebody in Dallas. We need somebody in Dallas. Well, Paul Miranda. Paul Miranda's our guy in Dallas. Yo, we used to have a lot of guys in Dallas, and I don't know what happened. Hey, no, Carl gonna be with all of us. All of us hanging together. Carl gonna be with us. Dad, we're gonna all be together. Where else? Where am I? Where am I? I got some interesting stuff, boy, to talk to y'all about. I'm not in a hurry to start talking about some of it. It's just, just sometimes, y'all. It's hard out here. Hard out here, y'all. Then yesterday I took some sinus, a little sinus fit. And man, let me tell y'all something. Oh no, it used to didn't do me like this. I guess because I'm older now. Used to didn't do me like that, but that sinus medicine be kind of have me a little groggy, Hold on, let me. I don't want to let you. Hit the mute button. I had to hit that mute button on y'all. I'm trying to see where I'm gonna start today. Did I have mono? Let me see. Huh. No, I didn't. Thought I did. I did. Huh. You know, I've been seeing a lot of stuff. Um, been seeing a lot of stuff. You know, I'm talking to y'all over the weekend, talking to y'all during this week, and just going through some stuff that we shared this week with each other. And just thinking about some stuff, man. Thinking about some stuff. Just so many things. Thinking about, we sitting there talking about, we're going to finish the Johnson Publishing Company expose today. But it's just sometimes I meant to find that for me. Golly, I meant to find that I meant to find that information about explaining to y'all when we look at a documentary. I always remember it's just one part of the story. Follow me? You want to get a little bit more. You want hold up, Doc. Man. You're just trying to get more. You know? I want you to get more. You know, I want you to read it, but I want you to get more. And and King Sticks, I know y'all know I be getting on him now, but he does that in me. He does that. He just does that. Dr. Thaddeus put me on the visit list for shot count. See there? See look what's going on already. Just look what's going on. Just look what's going on. Oh man, I want to talk about that one day. They had this documentary on the ABA. You know, and I'd love for y'all to add certain things. Y'all know I do. When we're in a conversation, I want you to add something, but bring something. That Jameson Morrow, bring something to the conversation. I know you want to be profound. I know you're used to being on social media and they could just say any comment but this show here Daddy's Moody might challenge you on your comments. Eric Harrison might challenge you on your comment. Daggone, daggone challenge. Mindy Collins, she used to challenge you. And I love that. And it's not about people trying to be one up nobody. It's just that it's okay. Y'all already know I love to be challenged. Tell me something. Y'all know I'm looking some. Looking for something. And it's gonna be so good if I ever find it. You know, it's gonna be so good. Dad said, please note that I will not be able to get tickets. Dad, Dad, I got so many places I want to go. Y'all don't understand. I got so many places I want to go. Hmm. Wow. Gosh. I'm just, okay, y'all just humor me a minute. Just humor me. Just humor me for just a second. Then I'm going to get into it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I got so much. No, I'm moving ahead of time, Chris Charles. I'm moving ahead of time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm who, but you know what I want to talk a little bit about today, because I just want to ask why. Talk to y'all a little bit. I've been seeing people criticize LeBron James, and I done found out this is the play. This they play right now. If I say something outlandish about LeBron James, it's gonna give me clicks. Y'all done talk, so these people done talk, not y'all, these people done talk so crazy. Y'all share the show about LeBron James, James and Mar. These people done talk so crazy. I'm taking up for him now. They say dumb stuff about LeBron. Get cooked on it, then force a debate about it. Nobody's having to make, it just to make yourself relevant. You get cooked on it, then you debate nobody, just trying to make yourself relevant. Talking about he can't defend. He was more decorated defender while running offense, while catching it, while you catching your breath. Y'all bad at playing in the same. I mean, they talking about him. It's just Jason Williams. Ain't nobody sitting there talking about your drug how you messed your life up on drugs. Ain't nobody. Oh, King Sticks is back today. Oh, I want him here. But you know, I don't understand it. Tony Allen, these guys, Jason Williams saying LeBron has never boxed out anybody out in 22 straight years. LeBron has never boxed anybody out. What the hell you think he's going to start doing it for now? LeBron James has no bag. He never boxed nobody out. He has no clutch gene. And yet somehow, he became the NBA's all-time leading scorer by a mile. clutch performances all over his legacy, all over, won championships in unprecedented circumstance. The man went to 8 straight finals and rewrote the record books from top to bottom. You follow me? But my partner asked me something. He asked me something. And I got people that always come messing with me. Asking me stuff. They said, Robert, why did LeBron pick the 76ers? I don't know. You know, reading through a lot of stuff, read through different material. Some people say they got the behind the scenes about LeBron's decision to go. It's a big thing. It's a big thing to me. Because I love the power that this young man grew up in the projects, single mom, and rose to who he is today. Jay-Z, same thing. I don't care. I know. I wasn't there when he was in the drug game. I ain't never seen him say none. So, I don't go like that. Y'all share the show. If anybody shared it, hold on. Let me send my note again, because these people, they sometimes. But I want y'all. I always want y'all to be. If your time is important to me. Time is very important to me. And if you spend some time with me, I want you to have some. I really want you to have some. I really want you to get some. I want you to go home. I hope today you go home and when you go talk to your friends, you got something by being on this show today. I'm just talking to the people over there right now in Facebook land, telling them to come over here. Because some of them get like, oh, I don't know where it was. I didn't know where it was. Okay, I got you. Or how to, but my guy asked me why. Chris Charles, this just for you. A lot of people were pretty much in the dark. Everybody was kind of in the dark. And a skeptic might look at LeBron's joining the Philadelphia 76ers on June 24th as a scheme that was planned a long time ago. Announced on the 24th day of the month for his 24th NBA season. A 2-year, $8 million deal. One of his idols growing up, Philadelphia native Kobe Bryant, wore number 8 for the 8 million and 24 for the date. Any numerologist would eat that up. Did y'all realize that, Chris? I know you're a big fan. Did y'all read that? Should I repeat that? The skeptic might look at LeBron's joining the Philadelphia 76ers on July the 24th as a scheme that was planned all along. Announced on the 24th day of the month for his 24th season, a 2-year, $8 million deal, and one of his idols growing up, Philadelphia native Kobe Bryant, wore numbers 8 and 24. Like I said, any numerologist would eat that up. Chris said, interesting. See that? Chris, I told you you're gonna know something today. But the news broke simultaneously through social media, post by James, Same time. Watch this. Shams broke it, who's a close, who is close, is no secret to James' agent, Rich Paul. He was on that show the other day. And from Tops, the sporting card company, which James has an exclusive trading card and autograph deal. Did y'all know this happening? Tops is owned by Fanatics, which hosted James and others last week, like I told you, at the Javits Center in New York City for the Fan Fest, in which James repeatedly sat on stage and teased his decision. In fact, during one of his appearances at the Fan Fest, I love this stuff, y'all. I'm sharing it with y'all. He referred to trust the process. The old 76ers slogan for center Joel Embiid in his younger days. He kept getting hurt, and they said, trust the process. He kept getting messed up. He hurt again, trust the process. He kept, trust the, so, and LeBron mentioned that on stage last week. I guess he knew, James knew all along, right? It was always going to Philadelphia. He dragged out one of the longest free agencies for a star in NBA history just because he could string along 4 franchise and fan bases who are going to get his talents, poking Commissioner Adam Silver along the way for demanding an answer to the league so the league can finish the 2026-27 NBA schedule on time. This has to be what happened. No. No. Well, if it was all a conspiracy, that's why I said no, because if it was all a conspiracy, there is one key partner. There was one key partner left out the loop. The 76ers, they didn't know. For the entire James free agency, which lasted 25 days, the Atlantic magazine spoke to dozens of sources around the NBA, to the business associated close to James, to executives who run the team angling for his services, to those teams' coaches, to the executives who were not in the running, to rival agents. One thing was clear, y'all. After each conversation, no one knew what LeBron James was going to do up until Friday night. Yo, this was the best kept secret. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in sports. I've been around this game a long time. They might have thought, I'm talking about Philly, they knew from time to time, but it played out as a winding mystery. Within the last week, 2 sources close to James said he instructed his tight circle of advisors that when he made his decision, he would inform Paul to call the team he picked and tell them the good news. Paul informed the Sixers of his choice. James was basically going to be paid the veteran's minimum salary, regardless of where he played. That's why I keep telling people it wasn't about no money. You know it's not about his value, because I would have paid him $100 million. There was no negotiation to be had. Late Friday morning, shortly before simultaneously social media posts went live. I told you my son, I'd already got it. My son was texting me back and forth. He wasn't worried about the theater. He didn't do a TV show this decision like he did when he was youngster. And one of the sources close to James told somebody that this was a critical decision for him. The first time he had the opportunity to ask himself these questions. His first time. Where do I want to? New York did not say no. Y'all don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Hey, don't believe it. I refuse to believe they said no. I refuse to. Coro, I refuse to. Might have happened, but you don't know and I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know what New York said. But they're going to wish they didn't say no. But let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. But I like that. Said New York said no. I don't know. I don't know. That is Moody. I don't know. I wish I was so sure. That man put exclamation. Hold up, y'all. That man put exclamation points up there. Let me make it big so y'all can see it. Hold up. I can't wait to call World Wide West. See, now that man there, because I kind of know somebody there now. I can't wait to call West and say, West, my man Coro, 0611, whatever that is, said New York said no. Hey, I didn't even want to listen. I wasn't gonna even ask that man that have made me want to know now. I'm calling West. I'm calling him today. Share the show, y'all. Where you at? Share the show. Because this about to get good now. It's about to be good. Boy, I got stuff for y'all today. Y'all playing around. But so LeBron, this is the first time LeBron was able to ask these questions. Where do I want to play? Where can I win without money being a factor and with nothing left to prove, nothing owed to anyone? There was no plan. There was no press conference playing in Philadelphia. This was just about LeBron James decided where he would feel most comfortable and where he would win. I like this, Mr. Coro. I like Phillies. But Coro, I like Phillies team better than New York team. But if they said no, okay, I'm all right. But watch this though. And World Wide West is real good with LeBron. Oh my God, I just thought about that. Mr. Coro, you done got World Wide West is real cool with LeBron. Wow. Leon Rose is who, watch this. Leon Rose, the GM, is who Rich Paul learned under. He worked under him. Y'all see, y'all making remember something. Hold on, Mr. Coro, you, man, thank you, man. Y'all share this show, cause y'all see, y'all done got me cranked up. I'm finna go now. Leon Rose is the agency that Rich Paul learned up under. Him, World Wide West, Leon Rose. And they told him no. Let me keep going. Man, you see, you're doing something to me. But here I go. Maybe for LeBron, it was about those things. For the Sixers, it means the window to win their first championship since 1983 is both wide open and with the heat of pressure blowing through it. Y'all making me keep putting your comments up there because y'all making me think. I'm just walking you through why. Because I told you, partner of mine said, Robert, why? I'm trying to explain to y'all what I explained to him. We know who the owner of the Knicks is. We don't like the owner of the Knicks. I don't like him at all. Rotten to the core. A nepo, not a nepo baby, a trust fund baby who got inherited team, ain't did nothing to work for that team. Got the team, got the cable rights, got it. He ain't did nothing to earn. He just had good. It was his daddy. His daddy had him. That's the only reason James Dolan is owner. He ain't got no other business outside of the New York. He ain't got none of that. It's the New York Knicks and all of that. You follow me? So let me keep going. Watch this. Boy, my partner, he shouldn't have asked me this last night. Because now I know some of y'all want to know. I know Chris Charles want to know why. No NBA player has ever won 4 championships with 4 different teams. I like that one. Which is what James will attempt to do in Philadelphia with Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Combe, on the roster. Anything short of a championship would mean LeBron's storied career ends in a failed attempt to chase rings. And I want him to chase them. He's a ring chase. Everybody don't chase him. I like ring chasers. That means you trying to win a championship. In Cleveland, it means a third time in which his hometown team has been jilted by LeBron. Twice he left the Cavaliers through free agency. This time with the money teams could offer him being equal, and the rosters stocked with full current and former All-Stars. LeBron again told the shores of Lake Erie, thanks, but no thanks. Where his life and career started, where he won the title that forever cemented his legacy, will not be the place for the storybook ending. San Francisco, Golden State. My friend asked me why. Golden State. The Warriors reside. There will be no splashy team up with his former rivals, Stephen Curry, Steve Kerr, and Draymond Green. The Warriors' fading dynasty will have to try to relight his lamp without LeBron James. Miami, there will be no triumph, no return to South Beach for a reunion with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. I don't know if he didn't want to play with Harden. I have no idea. But I have never heard of a player talking about they didn't want to play with Harden. Harden passed the damn ball too much for me not to want to play with Harden. Y'all might not like him, but he passed the ball. Zubac, he got him a raise. Everywhere he went, he got people. The man got Clint Capella terrible ass raise. Clint Capella ain't made another check like that since James Harden. So y'all can talk about James, but James get people paid. So I don't know, but he didn't have to get LeBron James play. LeBron, hey man, ain't that he didn't want to play with Harden? Look at the teams. Shit, I don't want to play with Donovan Mitchell. I don't want to play with soft-ass Jared Allen. I don't want to play with soft-ass Mobley. That's what he said. It ain't had nothing to do with Harden. Sometimes we just don't think. And I got Maxey, Escone, Embiid, and Jaylen Brown. And you think I'm going to go? Y'all, think about how cold this team. Think about this. This team placed Jaylen Brown. Watch this now. Y'all, is Chris Charles still there? This team replaced brought LeBron James and Jaylen Brown in to replace Kelly Oubre and Quinn Grimes. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Somebody scream. Hold up. Shit, I should have did myself. I should have hit that one myself. Y'all, Kelly Oubre, gone. Quentin Grimes, gone. And I replaced them with one of the best players ever in history. And a dude just fresh off an MVP finals a couple years ago. And I replaced them two journeymen that happen to have ties and went to high school in Houston with these two players. Eric, did you hear what I just said? But Bron, he didn't want to play with Giannis and Bam Adebayo. I don't care where he went and got a bag. He make more than LeBron James. Just coach, he just got a bag. That don't mean you can play. I ain't even talking about Paul George. And you're right, Paul George too. But I went 2 for 2. Well, okay, forget Grimes. Thank you, Coro. It replaced Paul George and Kelly Oubre with these two guys. Forget Grimes. Take Grimes out. Don't put Grimes out. You're right. Thank you for helping. That's why I tell y'all, thank you. But keep going. But LeBron left all that, man. There wouldn't be no triumph. And in Minnesota, there's no surprise. Winter sunset to James' career, where he could have wooed the league alongside playing with Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, Rudy Gobert, and Jaden Daniels. Ain't nobody said they didn't want to play with none of them. But they be putting that stuff out about James because people just hate on Polar James. All he do is want to play every day. Don't miss no game. Here's how James came to the final free agency decision he will make in his illustrious career, based on the number of conversations I've had with some of these sources who, I ain't gonna even talk about, to discuss internal deliberations inside the James team and the organizations he realistically could have picked. The last few weeks have been special, LeBron James said on social media shortly after Friday's announcement. He said, I've never been able to have a clue what to do and take real time to just think. I've had an incredible few months with all the people I love trying to figure it all out. I believe I can make Philadelphia a championship team. And I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start the incredible journey one last time. He said, as he thanked the Lakers, watch this, he thanked the Lakers and said, forever love Miami and Northeast Ohio. He didn't say Cleveland, he said Northeast Ohio will always be my home. So how did the Sixers win the latest and the last? Most important to me, LeBron's sweepstakes. How did they do it? According to at least 3 sources. Where is Thaddeus Moody? Thaddeus Moody. Where Thaddeus Moody? Thaddeus Moody come to the front of the room. Who else? Somebody asked me. Boone. I wish Boone was on. He playing golf this morning. Watch that. So, according to at least 3 sources, y'all, everything changed in Philadelphia when the first-year president of basketball operation, Mike Gansey, pulled off the bombshell acquisition of Jaylen Brown. The 2024 WMVP Finals MVP from the Boston Celtics for Paul George and 4 future picks, 2 firsts, 2 seconds on July the 1st. After James had already announced his decision to leave the Lakers, Trey Phillips. Before that trade, the 76ers internally considered themselves a long shot for James. Afterwards, though, they were all in. When they got Brown, now we got a pretty interesting roster, said a team source with knowledge of the franchise pursuit of LeBron James, who was speaking after the Brown trade, but before James picked Philadelphia. 76ers learned and leaned into their advantage. They leaned in. Maxey has Paul as his agent and thus had a relationship with James that preceded James' decision to leave the Lakers and finish his career somewhere else. The 2 players worked out together in the past summers, Maxey and LeBron. James and Embiid were teammates on USA team in Paris and won a gold medal together. Maxey and Embiid, league sources said, were dogged in their recruitment of James, calling him multiple times. Just in case you didn't know it, Nick Nurse, the head coach, is a Clutch client. Gansey has a deep, long-standing history with James also, too. Before playing Division I basketball for St. Bonaventure in West Virginia, he was a pretty fair player in high school. At Olmsted Falls, which is about 15 minutes to the southwest of Cleveland and about 40 miles away from James' hometown of Akron. So James know everybody that hoops. Y'all know how he is. So in 2001, as a senior at Olmsted Falls, Gansey averaged 27 points and 10 rebounds and 3 assists and 3 steals and 1 block shot per game, making All-State for the 2nd straight season. He was the runner-up of the year of Ohio's coveted Mr. Basketball Award, honoring the top high school player in the state. The winner of the award in 2001 played at St. St. Mary's. He was a sophomore forward named LeBron James. It was a photo taken by the Cleveland Plain Dealer of Gansey and James. Gansey hand on the shoulder of Bron, shoulder taken a year earlier in 2000. along with top other basketball players in the state. It went viral after the Brown trade. The two never played against each other in high school. And Gansey, who was 2 years older, went on just college that he didn't end until, James was, 3 years deep into his NBA career. So Gansey and James didn't really know each other well when they were young adults, but they reunited when LeBron James returned to Cleveland from the Heat. Gansey was in the Cleveland front office that time, spending the first 3 years of James' second stint overseeing Cleveland's minor league affiliate in Canton. See, with that as mood, you said, how did Blitzer and all of these people come into recruiting of LeBron James? I'm trying to help you out. Gansey then was promoted to assistant general manager for Cleveland in 2017 before James' final season there. But Gansey didn't hard sell James on coming to Philly. He couldn't. James, listen, watch this. LeBron James wasn't talking to any executives about official business. He didn't want to talk to the suits. He didn't want to. That's why I was trying to help you, Thad. Now, you got me? But Sixers governor, Josh Harris, saw James briefly at the VIP event at the Fanatics Fest, and he spoke, I think the two spoke for about, they said 5 to 10 minutes. Team source said, describing the encounter, just cordial. Harris said James would be welcome in Philly with open arms. James was polite, but didn't tip his hand. The only overtly public appeal to James came from the team, of course. I told you this, Thad. Bob Myers, president of Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, the parent company that oversees all of Harris sports teams, which he owns with his longtime partner, David Blitzer. That is muted. I know it, baby. I know it. No, but Blitzer heavy now, but Blitzer is the other dude. I didn't want to discount Blitzer. But Myers, who had previously been the general manager, y'all know, of the Warriors in 2012 through 2023, through their dynastic really run, appeared on Rich Paul's podcast with Max Kellerman. We should have knew then. We weren't paying attention. Didn't no other GM. Pat Riley didn't show up over there on the podcast, right? Dunleavy didn't show up on the podcast. Nobody. We should have known then, but we weren't paying attention. Early in July, he made his pitch. He said, if James was here, I'd say, I honestly believe it's his best chance to win. This Bob Myers is telling his agent, and Max Kellerman, Myers told him. He had been trying to get Myers to come on the podcast for months. The invitation was not specifically tied to addressing James' free agency. Isn't Mitchell and Ness headquarters in Philadelphia? Absolutely. Mitchell and Ness was bought by Fanatics. '76ers team sources said through a potential downside of Myers' pitch being viewed as groveling publicly. They didn't really. But the upside of Myers and his 4 rings with Golden State speaking through directly to Paul outweighed the potential minuses. Bob Myers going on Rich Paul's podcast was brilliant. A coach from one of those teams pursuing James. I think it was brilliant too. Myers' appearance on Paul happened July 8th. 16 days before Ryan made the final call. Before LeBron made the final call. James had already spent July 4th holiday where? In Akron, Ohio, partying with his family and friends. Y'all saw him on the videos, dance. Among the attendees At James' parties was Cavs' assistant general manager, Brandon Weems, a childhood friend of James and former high school teammate. While Weems is the only executive of any team James spent real time with doing his free agency after the Cavs. Boom. You supposed to be playing, man. Y'all finished already? They were all unsure that LeBron ever really wanted to return to Cleveland. Those officials stayed in constant contact with Aaron Turner, Jonathan Kuminga's agent, about coming to Cleveland if James ultimately didn't go. Jonathan Kuminga, man, ladies and gentlemen, y'all remind me one day. I'm gonna give y'all a whole Jonathan Kuminga thing, man. I just don't understand. The kid been misrepresented. Either he not listen to the agent. Some ain't right. He gonna mess around. Just something ain't right. But let me keep going. But I'm just going. Are y'all understanding a little bit more? Let's see. Kobe Altman, I don't want to talk about him. But but these people work that LeBron thing, man. It's just, LeBron just, man, listen to me. I went back home last night, right? I went back. I'm going to bring it up again. Let me see, do I have it here? Because I had it, but I didn't save it. I didn't save it for myself. 76ers. Wait a minute. 76ers. Oh, shit. I want their roster. I want their roster. I was just sitting there looking. They got LeBaron Philon, one of the best rookies, Tyrese Mack, Anthony Simon, shoot the piss out the ball, Jaylen Brown, hold on. Caleb Love? Y'all, I didn't know he had Caleb Love. Let me keep going. I ain't gonna worry about him. Marshawn Beauchamp, defensive specialist. Joel, LeBron, Adem Bona, Dean Wade, shoot it, defend, Edge Cone. Ladies and gentlemen, got Rico Hines as the assistant coach, developmental coach, Nick Nurse, Doug West, Matt Braze. I don't know Brian Gates. Ladies and gentlemen. This is interesting. LeBron know a little bit more than we think he know. And now, I heard, y'all probably, I know Thaddeus Moody probably got this. He knows everything. LeBron James and ESPN are nearing, watch it, a deal for the behind-the-scenes documentary series similar to Michael Jordan's The Last Dance. What y'all think about that? LeBron James and ESPN are closing agreement, according to industry, as they will not talk. They were not authorized to talk about the deal that is not finalized yet. And one of the sources described the talks as being at the 1 yard line, with the expectation that James would have a camera crew document his time with the Philadelphia 76ers, who James signed with this month. The 76ers are expected to be the final home of his legendary career. Yeah, yeah, yeah. KCP was an afterthought. That ain't what got him there. KCP came afterwards, Trey. He didn't help getting it there. He was a throw-in. He was Bronny. He got Bronny's spot. Man, they got to bring Bronny in. Man, I just looked at that schedule, man. Man, they got to bring Bronny in, man. They can get rid of one of these dudes. That dude right there. I ain't gonna call that boy's name out. They can get rid of him, man. Rest of these dudes can pretty play. Caleb Love. Oh my God. But let me keep going. I kind of like this. You know what? What do you think about it? Because I got my question. What? Oh, I got you. But Trey, what made it's hard for me to get to, and I should be excited, but I'm just can I just tell you what I'm thinking? What made The Last Dance special was that it sat in an archive for 25 years at NBA Entertainment in Secaucus, New Jersey. If it had came out right after Michael retired, it probably wouldn't have hit the same. It probably wouldn't have hit the same if we weren't in the pandemic. I say that to say this. If this sits in the can for 20 years, it'll hit different than if it drops. Just don't drop it next year. But somebody told me, but Robert, I respectively disagree. And I said, okay. He said, I think the media has changed so much where we've already seen an accounting of LeBron's career from 2003 to now, going ahead and serializing it in a year or two after he retired. He said, I think it's a good play. I said, okay. After 2 years, 2-3 years. He said, but I think the right way to do it is on ESPN part is to not make it like an 8-part documentary. I said, why? He said, I would do multiple seasons, maybe 4 seasons that covered each era of his career, depending on how much footage they have. Let's start a new standard when it comes to player media. Similar to what LeBron has done in other aspects. Because I don't think that doing a last dance, doing a last dance type of situation would be appropriate here. Especially considering the fact that there is more about LeBron than it is about the rest of the team, which is why The Last Dance was structured the way it was. Because yes, Michael was clearly the main character, but each episode they filled in a supporting character around him. When this would be ostensibly, it would be about LeBron James and his career. This one will. And the final season being the anchor. So it's just something for y'all to think about before I put on my man Joe. Just some, where my boy Joe at? Oh, I can't find. Oh, there it is. Right there.
Yeah, so, 713 call Joe. If you been into Joe Steven Law Firm. 713 call Joe. Car wreck, truck wreck, let Joe come from. 713 call Joe. Need a pro on the K, let Joe take over.
What's up, Houston? This is Attorney Joe Stevens. I'm a former Houston Rocket with over 20 years of experience in the insurance industry and a decade of experience in the courtroom. I know how insurance companies operate, and I know how to fight back.
713 call Joe. 713 call Joe.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, now I can get to the end of the story that me and King Sticks been trying to tell y'all for a few days. What chapter was I at? King Stick, what chapter? What chapter was I at, King Sticks? What chapter was I at, man? Where my man at, man? Sticks, where you at? I got to finish this thing, King Sticks. You had a lot to say in the last 2 days. Anybody know what chapter I left off? It's Baby Friday. Joe Lewis. It's Baby Friday. What chapter did I leave off? What King Sticks at, man? Chapter 7, y'all. See, King Sticks, I'm going to ask you a question. King Sticks, when John Johnson tried to buy that building, what happened? When he tried to buy that building, buy that property at 820 Michigan Avenue, what happened? It's King Sticks on it. What happened? Talk to me, Sticks. They wouldn't sell it to him, Sticks. I'm gonna help you. They wouldn't sell it to a black man. They don't want no black man. He can't. He got one of his white employees to go buy the property. Did the doc tell you that? King Sticks, the doc didn't tell you how many times he had to beg his mama and tell his mama to pray to give him that $500 so he can buy them stamps. That wasn't in no doc. Talking about John H. Johnson, Johnson Publishing Company, the owner and the founder, Ebony and Jet, and his wife, Eunice Johnson, who started Fashion Fair Cosmetics. King Sticks, talking to you. That's why when you're looking at a doc, you should have other resources to tie in. But I'm going to tell you about chapter 7. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want the first parts of it, if you want the first part of it, I gave it to you over the last couple of days. I think I probably started on Tuesday, then I gave some Wednesday, but I'm going to finish today. Talking about the Johnson for the liquidation. Chapter 7 is the liquidation and the ultimate betrayal. The end came quickly and painfully. In June 2014, Jet ended its 63-year print run. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to stop right there. That little Jet magazine ended a 63-year print run. Do y'all understand how significant that is? 63 years? Two years later, Linda did what her father vowed he would never do. She sold Ebony and Jet sold it to Clearview Group, a private equity firm out of Texas. I knew one of the principals. They didn't know what they were doing. After 71 years, ladies and gentlemen, the Johnson name was gone from the masthead. 71 years before any of us were born. This is one of the most fantastic, this is one of the greatest stories I've ever told and I can ever tell on this show. That's why I'm telling it. The new management failed immediately. They didn't understand the voice of the brands or the community that they served. Boy, that should be, hold up, that should be somebody should write that down if you're getting into business. Understand the voice of the brands or the community that you're serving. I'm gonna give you that one for free. Under this new management, under this new ownership, freelance writers went unpaid for months. I remember it very vividly. And the magazine's reputations were dragged through the mud in public. In April 2019, the Johnson Publishing Company officially filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The empire was officially dead. The only thing left of value was the archive. 4 million photos of Black history. King Sticks, this is why I wasn't playing around when you throw stuff up there like that. It was sold at auction for $30 million to a group of foundations to ensure that it wouldn't disappear into private collections. King Sticks, this was you was kind of talk. This what you was talking about. I wish you was here. I wish you was back here. I guess you're doing something right now. But the most devastating blow was yet to come. Fashion Fair Cosmetics, the brand that Eunice had personally financed and built into a global power, it also filed bankruptcy in 2019. And a group of investors bought it, including Desiree Rogers. I know her brother, a former Johnson. Listen now, watch this. He said, my dad used to travel selling magazines. Trey, watch this. Group of investors bought it, including, watch this, a former Johnson publishing company CEO and a close family friend. Where Eric at? What that? King Sticks, I'm trying to teach you how to tell the story. Rogers had reportedly promised Linda and her daughter, Alexa, that she would not take the family of business away from her. And Linda believed her. But Rogers relaunched Fashion Fair through Sephora in 2021, rebuilding the brand and a new formula with new packaging. The original pink tubes designed by Eunice herself were gone. The brand thriving again, but the Johnson family have been completely cut out. Linda and Alexa described this as the biggest betrayal of their lives. The brand that they had bled for was succeeding, was succeeding right now, but for somebody else. Just think about that, Trey Phillips. The empire that once reached 40% of Black America, that sat on the Forbes 400 for years, annually, helped start the civil rights movement, was liquidated piece by piece. Today, Johnson's family owns nothing of what John and Eunice has built. Former NBA player before he passed away, Junior Bridges, he bought the magazine out of bankruptcy for $14 million as a gift to his daughter. That is how far the empire had fallen. From a global institution to a line item in a bankruptcy court. John Johnson's $500 loan had grown into $250 million. And that's back then. And then vanishes in less than 15 years after his death. The family was left with the memories while the world they created was sold to the highest bidder. Chapter 8. What the numbers never captured. John Harold Johnson started with $500 borrowed against his mother's furniture and changed the world. Never forget it. Never, ever, 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 ever forget it. It's amazing, man. I'm thinking about ownership. I'm thinking about being in power. And I was thinking about the pandemic. And I remember when, because me and Thad Moody was talking about the pandemic today. But Thad Moody, you should remember this. I'll never forget this. Thinking about Ryan Clark the other day, talking about he got to conform and he got, he tried to do this for these people and they still didn't like him and all that, right? Then I think about when Kyrie Irving, and I talked about this a while back, Kyrie Irving posted a video that was sold on Amazon. I want y'all to watch this. Posted a video that was sold on Amazon. And these people were in an uproar. They didn't get mad at Amazon, where you can buy it from. If it wasn't on Amazon, he couldn't have posted. But they made him apologize, condemn the movie, $500,000 donation to an anti-hate cause, sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, meet with the ADL, Jewish leaders, meet with Josiah and demonstrate understanding. Y'all don't forget about stuff like that. I don't know about y'all. I never forget about it. That's why I want our kids to learn. I want our kids to be great. That is Moody. Eric Harris. Eric, Trey. I remember a story where a man said, I'm about to give y'all one of my things for this week. This for Women's Rock Wins. No. This for Baby Friday. But I remember a story where a man said that in his house, there's no curfew for those who are reading. You can stay up as late as you want to, as long as you were reading. And he said once he instituted it, he hoodwinked his own children because they were reading leaps and bounds beyond their peers. And they thought they were getting over on old dad by staying up late. And had no idea he was conspiring them to be readers. It reminds me of something I once heard, that readers are leaders. Because a reader will always have something to discuss and always have something to debate. And I know I'm showing my age, but it's not too late. What is your grandchild's summer reading list? Yeah, we used to have summer reading lists. Do they still do that? Do we? Do they still? Do they? Mm. Just thinking about NBA. Just going through. I'm just gonna go. Y'all stop me when you want me to stop. They asked the question, who's the most transcendent player since the merger? Michael. Players, I'm sorry. Michael, Larry Magic, Steph. Transcendent. Mike elevated the game 10 times. Magic and Larry, if I've told y'all, they saved the game. And Steph technically shaped the game. You got people picking up way out here. I got a question. I hate to do this, but, I'll ask y'all, because y'all like to do it. Which career would you rather have? Stephen Curry's career or Tim Duncan's career? Talk to me. Anybody there? Talk to me. Earth to Chop Shop, Earth to the Boom Boom Room. Which career would you rather have? Let me give you some numbers. Steph Curry, 12-time All-Star. 11-time All-NBA. Tim Duncan, 15-time All-Star. 15 times All-NBA. Damn, I didn't know that. Whew. 4-time NBA champ. 1-time Finals MVP. Lord, watch this, Lord. Lord, watch this, though. Lord, watch this, though. Lord, Steph is 4-time NBA champ, 1-time Finals MVP. Should have 2, but David Stern took that 1 for him. I'm trying to tell y'all. But I'm just getting you numbers now. Tim, 5-time NBA champ, 3 times Finals MVP. I'm just giving you the numbers. Steph, 2 times MVP, all-time three-point leader. Tim, 2-time MVP, Rookie of the Year. Okay. Steph won the Rookie of the Year. Steph, 2-time scoring champ, 1-time steal champ. And he's still active. Tim Duncan, 15 times all defensive team. I didn't know that. Man, I didn't know Tim Duncan was this damn good, man. That my girl is back, Sonya. What's up, baby? What's up? Sonya, Lori, y'all want me to repeat that stuff again? Imagine playing 19 seasons like Tim Duncan did, and the playoffs was guaranteed just like Texas. Hold on. Y'all know Steph, my dude. Man, I just ain't never looked at this. Let me compare him again. Steph, 12-time All-Star. 11-time All-NBA. Tim Duncan, 15-time All-Star. 15-time All-NBA. Are y'all hearing these numbers? 4-time NBA champ for Steph, 1 Finals MVP. Tim Duncan, 5-time NBA champ, 3 Finals MVP. Steph, 2-time MVP, all-time three-point leader. Tim, 2-time MVP. I got a Rookie of the Year on there. Y'all talk to me now. Tim Duncan had 15 all-defensive teams. I promise you, no, we ain't talking about no shoe endorsement. This ain't got nothing to do with shoe. I'm talking about on the floor, baby boy. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. I know you won't choose to. Oh, you said that. Oh, that's the career you would rather have because I got you. I got you. Okay, that's the question. Thank you. You would rather have him because of the shoe endorsement. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. Y'all, I just didn't know Duncan was that cold. Dude, I didn't know he was this cold. All I know is not Steph. Uh, Kevin Garnett do not like Tim Duncan. And I wonder why. Let me keep going. Let me see. Let's see what else I have for y'all. Did y'all see what his kid played football for University of Tennessee, a linebacker? His name Arian Carter. He gonna get a 2-game suspension over a flight, $427 flight, and will miss the first 2 games of the season after the NCAA suspended him for accepting a $427 flight from an agent before ultimately returning to Knoxville, according to these people. Why didn't this boy, all the NIL money he getting from Tennessee, why didn't he just buy his own flight? That's come with your little greedy asses. I asked about you too, E. Why you need the agent to pay for your flight? The flight to the pre-draft of training facility was paid for by his agent, leading to the NCAA rule that he committed a level 3 violation. Carter will miss 2 games. Ladies and gentlemen, with all the NIL money that this boy is getting, Eric Harris from Tennessee, starting linebacker. Why do we need this man paying $420-something for his plane ticket? Do y'all understand what I just said? Now, back in the day when they wasn't giving him no NIL, I'm cool. Just don't get caught. But now, how do they even know? That's just got to be the laziest stuff in the world. How do we even, dude, why me the money I pay for my own ticket? Why you ask? His ass deserved to be suspended. The more I think about it, I was feeling sorry for him at first. I was mad at the NCAA. Excuse me, y'all. We perish from lack of knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all kind of get a grasp on a lot of this stuff that I be trying to share. So I love this show. I love the pacing. I love the rhythm of this show. We have the luxury to not jump off into news and not jump off into controversy. And not having to weigh on things because everybody else is talking about them. We have the luxury, y'all, to sit and digest our our food and allow ourselves to be nourished. Not rush and give ourselves indigestion spiritually. Talking to a guy the other night, I just said, man, this space has allowed for us to have a constant drumbeat of sanity. It's a clean glass of water. It's perspective. I never forget, we talked about the woman king on this show. It's number one in the country back then. And ladies and gentlemen, I keep telling y'all to share, but sometimes y'all need to talk to people. Word of mouth is how you build. Just like you recommend a restaurant. Girl, they had some oxtails over there. Girl. And you know what I've learned? That is Moody. Lori, I appreciate you. Some people will never have an appetite for this show, and you can't force it on them. We have to build with people who want to build. Build with people who want to be a part of the world that they may not see, but they want to participate in creating a world that they must live in to survive. Everything I give you is I'm trying to make sure I know what's going on out there. This platform is not for everybody. I know it. I wish everybody would, but it's not. Because it's going to be some times that we're going to have to break off and just have a secret meeting, because this public meeting, everything I say on here, if y'all give me in a public meeting, boy, it'd be different. You know why? Because I don't want everybody to know what we're thinking about. Y'all, if I done told you something, if I done shared something with you on this show, I got a whole nother version of it. They can listen to this version because I got the other version. You follow me? And what they say that the work is plenty, but the workers are few. I need some help. The people that was always here, Sonia, Eric, Dad, Brandon Wheatfall, hold up, Joe Lewis, all y'all Sterling Creeks, y'all about that life. Trey Phillips about that life. Boom, about that life. I'm just going down. Coro, I don't know you that good. But I hope you about that life. I'm going to tell Chris Charles about that life. I'm just going that. Jameson Morrow about that life. Darrell Anderson is about that life. Share the show. We don't have to convince. But I just know I'm getting us prepared for something. This midterm election, y'all, we going to have to get out here and do a little something. I am overwhelmingly elated, honored for y'all presence today, every day. Because good leadership is hard to find. No insults, no name calling on this show, just facts. And some things we worry about, not this space is, it's not in this space, it's counterproductive to us, that we love, that's not on this space. Some things that I worry about, I don't want people coming on here that is counterproductive to your health. I care about your health. I know people got a whole lot of money and all the money in the world, but they ain't got the health. Politics, summer ball, Summer basketball. And some of these things you can't worry about because you can't. You can't do anything about it. And I know it. But I want you to sit in the joy of being in this space, in this Chop Shop community. Don't just sit in helplessness. We can't do anything about the weather, but we can do something about how we let these people in the summer community handle you. I don't want these people to handle y'all bad. And you can do something about this dude in the White House and these people in the Congress. Y'all know every Congress seat is up for grabs in the House of Representatives. And about 35 senator seats. All them people who've been doing all this stupid ass stuff and let Trump get it, they ass up for re-election. That's something we can do. Let's not obsess with what they're doing because they are not going to change. People kill me talking about blacks for Trumps. I've been in the sports business for 30-some years. Been on this show for about 9. And I've steered away from clowns. But I'm in this space now. And they gonna F around and find out. Think about Kamala Harris. This woman could have governed this country in a way crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I just sometimes. Then they give us all these distractions. We got to get this segment of our community better. Everything else is noise. What do you want? What is government? People that you send somewhere to do something for you. That's what these people are. Don't put them on no pedestal. I have a picture. I want a picture. Don't put them on no picture. They ain't no damn celebrities. We got to get this segment of our community better. Everything else is noise. Everything else is distraction. They want you looking over here while they're doing something over here. And it's on purpose. There is an algorithmic financial benefit for them to keep you not knowing. To keep you on edge on things that really don't matter. That's why I'll give you some sports, but I got to hit you with something that matters too. I ain't trying to distract you. I'm trying to say, look, I like LeBron, but look what they're doing over here. Because we want to be able to watch LeBron, but we want to be able to enjoy our way of life. We got to worry about the people that really affect us. How we drink, how we consume our foods, and how to clean air. We got to start thinking about this, y'all. It's crazy. Y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't understand. Sometimes I can't sleep because I'm just thinking. And not just random thoughts. Sometimes I seem like I'm walking around that is Moody with a bunch of dead ass people, spiritually just dead in the mind. And all I'm saying, one day I just want to give me a whole lot of money so I can bury all their ass, just get and bury all of them at once. Hold on, let me put some. Hold on a sec. I got y'all covered. Hold up. My battery's going down on my computer, and I just took a look at it. Oh, on both of them. Hold on. What the hell is going on? Hold on, y'all. I done learned to master that. Oh shit, it ain't plugged in. It'll be helpful if it was plugged up. Come on in. Where you at, buddy? Y'all, I'm glad I looked at my vitals. Wasn't plugged up. But no, that man's a sleight of hand. I'm just thinking about y'all. Sometimes, like I said, it's thinking about Tony Brown's journal. Tony Brown the other day, I talked briefly about him. Now, it wasn't no commercial break. Shit, I looked at them vitals up there. But I could give Joe a chance. Watch that.
Yeah, so, 713 call Joe. If you been injured, Joe Steven Law Firm. 713 call Joe. Car wreck, truck wreck, let Joe confirm. 713 call Joe. Need a pro on the K, let Joe take over.
What's up, Houston? This is Attorney Joe Stevens. I'm a former Houston Rocket with over 20 years of experience in the insurance industry and a decade of experience in the courtroom. I know how insurance companies operate, and I know how to fight back.
713 call Joe. 713 call Joe.
I was thinking about that. Eric, you right. We're going to shock the world. People don't know if we're going to shock the world. And because, I was talking about this yesterday. Telling everybody to bring their bricks. I want to be around creative people. Right? And if you make a mistake, we'll deal with it later. It's a beautiful thing to watch people put their wings on and fly. And I don't have to tell them to do this and do that. I don't have to tell y'all getting this stuff, because to succeed, we need everybody's input. What's needed? Robert, what that I can't see. And and bring what if I don't see somebody else should be in. If you make a mistake, it's part of learning. Everybody should be sharing this right now. This has got to be the most profound. There is no failures. We'll figure it out. Let's keep going. I hate when we live in a culture. I can tell you, somebody sits on a throne like Donald Trump, and everybody kowtowing to that one person. Y'all want to kowtow to the person. Don't say, it ain't no throne here. All of us, we like the round table. Everybody here is equal. I'm just the curator. I'm just the conductor. A lot of people get here. I said yesterday, just because somebody like them. I said this society rewards mediocrity. If I was on here talking some ignorant ass, stupid ass shit right now, everybody be pushing play. Come on the show. Come on. Eric, Sonya, if I was talking ignorant or talking about somebody, man, they talking about you. I remember it. Long as we was talking about ignorant, stupid ass shit on this show, they loved it. This society rewards mediocrity. The more mediocre you are, the less you are a threat. Me and Jimmy used to go back and forth. Ray and Claude, they like stupid stuff. That's why we don't do it. And it's easier to entice you into situations like us black folk, and they get pumped up from black patrol. Man, there's some dudes it's just out of your crazy, and them people don't care about you. Why do we need to categorize ourselves? Do we really want to be healed? Do we really know? Do we really want to be educated? Do we really want to have community? I feel like it's a lot of yelling into the void. I feel like and people in their corners, and they're holding on to something that feels comfortable to me. I want to hear Charleston White cuss and talk about people. I got to go watch Jeff Teague and them talk crazy on their show. I listened to that stuff. I said, I can't believe how folks listen to them people, man. I can't keep it on that long. And at the same time, they're sitting while they listen to this other stuff in discomfort. They don't really have answers, but everybody want to act like they got the answers and they don't. And they're not really working for solutions, because solutions require sitting quietly, studying, reading, imagining, coming together. Eric, pooling resources. Dad, whenever you can. And y'all, I struggle with this. I know people who have been in this little Jack and Jill and all of this stuff all their life. And you see these people with these things, having the right cars and the right zip codes and all of those things. Having the right mink on, all of the things. I know a girl came on Facebook just because some girl said something about her showing all her minks off. 100 years old around here saying that. Kevin got all the right things, the right schools. You got to go to these things or you won't be successful. Now we are confronting what is success. Because all of those right things, the Jack and Jills and the other things, are finding themselves in the crosshairs of a society that never really saw you as anything other than a wedge or an opportunity. They got this clown speaking our name out of his mouth, and he don't have nothing to do with no black people. You just go look up the fact that a Texas governor, Mr. Hot Wheels, I shouldn't call that man, Abbott, get on a mic and invoke black people, like poke black people. Have that man ever said anything about black people? And he brought him up the other day to go against this dude, Taliaferro, or whatever his name. And I saw some black ass people in the comments agreeing with him. And all I was thinking, are you okay? To that person. I ain't mad. They make me mad, but are you okay? We are a race of children. People get mad when I say that. Yes, we are. If you don't, prove me wrong. He got you. And it's easy to get you. Is it that easy for you to just go and start commenting positive about Greg Abbott? These people, they have these talking points to get you not to vote. Damn, I'm sick of it. At the talking points stopping you. Is the talking points stopping you from eating, having clean air and water, having good schools? If the answer is no, all of that's politics, man. So you got to vote for this. You cannot vote because you don't like somebody. You want clean air, you want water, you want having good food, schools and food, and all the more talking points than people talking about. All of that's politics. See, listen, they're going to be introducing things into the political conversation that have you so animated that you don't show up and vote for your own rights and resources. Gosh, man. And I want to simplify it. If you live somewhere, what do you need? I'm finna help you. Yeah. I know a lot of y'all tuned out. They don't want to talk about it. So the people who here, they about it. Let's simplify it. What do you need? Kevin Kebede over there in A-Leaf. What do you need, Eric Harris? What do you need, Sonia? If you don't know what you need, then you've already failed. That means you are not in community. You haven't walked in your neighborhood. You don't know what's necessary in your community. LeBron rich as hell. Y'all wanted to talk about that, but LeBron rich as that. LeBron is above all this. Once you figure that out, that who is responsible to getting them potholes filled is tearing up your damn car. There's all these empty lots, all these regular ass houses. Who's responsible for that? And now organize around those things that you need where you live. Thinking about the Tony Brown thing a minute, I played for y'all yesterday. Go back yesterday and get it. Watch this, Eric. Tony Brown brought up Utah. These people went and took a whole damn state and they got 2 senators. Ain't but 100 of them. 2 from each state. I'm going to leave that right there. Utah. These people went and took over a whole state and they got 2 senators. I don't think there's a million of their ass over there. And they took over a whole damn state. Whole lot of us. They said we got 40 million. And we can't have a district. Hey, man. That's why I have to invoke John H. Johnson, because he did it for 70 years. We need some more of them. We need some people that think like that. I'm not doing this stuff. And all you parents, I'm finna get out of here. Because I'm going to talk about it next week. After the months of basketball and thousands of dollars spent on these hotels and parking and tournament fees and weekend passes and thousands of players are headed home with nothing to show for it. Imagine if that same time and money had been invested in consistent skill development, strength training, and a handful of quality local tournaments instead. I think it's time to stop blaming summer ball and start blaming the people that's writing the checks. These people ain't forcing y'all to participate. Parents, we choosing to spend thousands of dollars every year chasing a scholarship that statistically the overwhelming majority of the players will never receive. If enough families stop funding these systems and prioritize development over travel, the market would change overnight. That's why I tell y'all, ain't nowhere in the world millions of people shouldn't be listening to this, because millions of people are out here. But they probably telling y'all not to share it. People don't want y'all to know this. No. It's almost the time I tried to spend the money on college. Yes. But we're headed into the 2026 midterms, Perm. And before you cast a single vote, there are some things that you need to be watching for. Because the midterms are a completely different game than the presidential election. And some of the people running for those seats are counting on you not paying attention. Now, I want you to be clear. This is not a tell you who to vote segment. This is a watch before you vote segment. And I'm going to repeat it on Monday. Let's start first. Know who is on the ballot. November, I got a minute and a half. On November the 3rd, in 2026, listen to me, 432 seats of the House of Representatives are up for election. 432 of them rotten ass people. 35 Senate seats. It ain't but 100 of them. You remember, Utah got 2 of them, and ain't but 1 million white folks in Utah. And they got 2 votes. Let me not go there. Including, they're going to have special elections in Florida and in Ohio. 36 governor's races across the country. 100 of state legislation up in Austin seats are up. School boards, district attorneys, sheriffs, ballot measures can change state laws. Now we know the presidency is not on the ballot, but almost every other layer of power that shapes me and your life is. And the further down the ballot you go, the fewer people are watching. But we're going to get to watching. We're going to talk about that next week. I'm out of here. We're going to get you some good stuff in there, because I know y'all want y'all some sports. But y'all, it's hard for me to talk about this stuff. This is a law. Let me see what happened. Let me see what ESPN said about sports. Let me see what they're talking about. Let me just see. Let me see their headlines. Watch the headline. Baker Mayfield spelled disrespected. Tony Romo got caught being drunk. The WNBA won't discipline Paige Beckers. And Angel Reese, I don't know what the hell they did. Who else? Nothing. That's why I ain't talking about that mess. Ain't nothing. I'm out of here. See y'all next week. Bye.